Hey there, everybody. How's it going? We've got a few different things going on this week, so a fair bit to talk about. We've got a new Battle Challenge mini event. So the Battle Challenge minis are the ones that are, they only last for 1 week. And generally you want to try and shoot to get 300,000 points so that you get all the rewards. It of course comes with a new unit, and we'll talk about the Queen of Hearts in just a minute. We've also got a new Pocket Adventure, the Mickey Run event. They have done a couple of changes to that, not to the actual event, but to the shop, which I think are important to talk about. And so I want to start with that real quick, and then I'm not gonna talk any more about it, because there's no reason to talk about the Mickey Run event other than just to point out that they now have added 20 of the Adventurer Mickey medals to the shop, and they've reduced the cost to only 1,000 per medal. So normally there's only 10 medals in the shop and they cost 2,000 each. So they've doubled the amount of medals and reduced the cost by half. So if you're like me and you've done every other Pocket Adventure, you should have 60 medals by now. And so now what this means is, after this one and the next one, if you've done every event and gotten all the medals, you should have enough to get an LB on your Adventurer Mickey, which would be great because mine's still sitting at LB 0. I am looking forward to that. Anyways, that's really the only change to the Pocket Adventure. Everything else stays the same. All right. They have made a change to the Battle Challenge event as well. And really quick, I just want to talk about the Battle Challenge event and some of the changes that they've made. And so really it's just the one change. Instead of giving picks as the first clear reward for each stage, they've finally reintroduced blue crystals. Unfortunately, it's only 20 blue crystals for each stage completed, so that's 300 blue crystals in total if you finish all the floors from the Battle Challenge mini event. It's not much, but it is what it is. The bonus units this time, obviously Queen of Hearts is going to be a bonus unit. I kind of thought that they were going to do like Wonderland theme and that all the Wonderland units would get bonus. Instead, I guess they've decided to choose like evil queens. So like Maleficent gets a bonus, Ursula gets a bonus. I'm like, okay, and I'm fine with that. I guess they are both general pool units, so greater chance that people will have these two units, so you get some bonus. But yeah, obviously their bonus is much lower than the Evil Queen. So if you want to try and get the Evil Queen to get the best bonus. Since it's a BC mini event, they do give you 30 free tickets. You get 10 free tickets from login rewards. So after you log in for 7 days, you should have 10 tickets there. You get 10 tickets from bonus missions, and then you can buy 10 tickets from the event shop. And they've done this for pretty much every BC mini event. And I kind of like it. I like the way that they do that because it gives everybody a chance to hopefully get lucky and pick one up. I have been lucky with the Queen of Hearts. I pulled her on my 15th free pull. So I do have a copy of her. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna bother going to Pity, because I don't really need her for anything. But she is an interesting unit, so let's just jump right in and take a look. So she is an AoE damage dealer. At LB 0, she's not really all that impressive. She deals massive damage to all enemies with a level 2 defense up to all allies. That's not really all that impressive, especially when it costs 45 SP for that skill. Her EX skill is a little bit more impressive though. I do like her EX skill. It doesn't have any kind of HP requirement, which I like. It just requires a defense up at level 3 and HP regen at level 3 or higher to maintain her EX skill. And that's easily procced by having like Honey Farm Poo on your party. Or if you happen to have Queen of Hearts at LB2, you can use her own skill to give her the level 3 defense up. But it's as we're going to see, and I'm going to talk about, the SP management just isn't really there for her to do that. So really, ideally, you want to bring Honey Farm Poo to just have her EX skill proccing every turn. And her EX skill does heavy damage to one enemy with an orange striker on it. and a level 2 SP charge to all allies for 3 turns. Now, SP charge isn't really all that impressive unless you're bringing SP gain with it, but it is something. And as someone brought up in the Discord, she actually can be really good on turtle teams, where you're basically just defending everyone, and you're just relying on her EX skill to deal all of her damage, basically. And the SP charge is just kind of a nice little bonus, just adding a little extra SP to your party every turn. And if you have it proccing every turn, so that it's maxed out, because it is a level 2 SP charge for 3 turns, so it does last for 3 turns. You can essentially bump that up to a level 5 and maintain that as long as she's doing her EX skill every turn, and that'll give you 25 SP per turn. And so as long as you're not relying on Queen of Hearts to actually use her skill, because her skill just costs way too much, as long as you're not relying on Queen of Hearts to use her skill, she can actually be a bit of an SP battery for you. And then if you bring somebody along with her that does like SP gain. The problem is I don't think there are any units that actually do SP gain without SP charge. So yeah, it's not nothing. And so if you did want her to just kind of be there just to use her for her EX skill and nothing else, that's fine. Now she is unique in that she's the only AoE damage dealer that actually goes up to an immense damage skill at LB2. By the way, at LB1, she also adds an attack boost buff. Now, do note that that's attack boost and not just your standard attack buff. So you can stack that with another attack buffer. She reminds me a lot of Santa Mickey, if you guys remember Santa Mickey, who was the same thing, really expensive SP damage that did like a level 2 defense and level 2 attack buff. Santa Mickey was basically relegated to just strictly an auto battle unit. That's pretty much all he is. I do think Queen of Hearts is better than Santa Mickey in that she doesn't, you don't have to use her for her skill. To me, she's a lot closer to like Jafar in her usability, because Jafar also had a really expensive AoE damage skill, but you didn't really use Jafar for his skill. You used him for his EX skill, which was a massive damage red striker. That's the only downside. I think that's the biggest drawback, is that Queen of Hearts only has a heavy damage with her orange striker on her EX skill. I really wish it was a massive damage like Jafar, but I guess they decided because she was also doing SP charge on it, that would be too good. It is what it is. It's just a slightly weaker skill than using Jafar. But it's the same issue, because you're not really going to be using her skill that much, unless, of course, you get her to SP LB3, in which case that reduces it down to 36, which is still really expensive, meaning you almost have to roll an SP reduction minus 20% on her if you want to actually use her skill on a regular basis. And if you did get her to LB3 and you rolled SP reduction 20% on her, it would still cost 28 SP to cast her skill. And so while that's much better than 45, it's still asking a lot just for some buffs, right? It's kind of wild. I wish they wouldn't do these 45 SP skills. Like, it's just, I think the SP economy is just not there. But she is a lot more useful than Santa Mickey. She's definitely an upgrade to Santa Mickey, in my opinion. And if you get her, don't feel bad about getting her. I do think that she potentially has some use, like I said, on turtle teams, if you're just relying on her EX skill. If you're going up against a boss that's weak to orange strikers, you can literally just have her defend every turn, and bring Honey Farm Poo along to proc her EX skill, and she can just unload orange strikers all day, and keep you topped up on your SP with the SP charge to all allies. So she's definitely not a bad unit. She's not top tier. Like I haven't updated my tier list yet in the compendium. I'll try to get to that by the end of the day. But I definitely don't think she's top tier. I'm kind of on the fence between putting her on like in either A tier or S tier. S tier is just below top tier. So I'm not quite sure where to put her yet. I don't think she's a unit like, you definitely should go for. Be like, just throw everything you got at her. Like if you pulled her with the free tickets, that's great. You can potentially go to pity if you think it's worth it. But me personally, I think I'm just gonna stick with the tickets. Like I got super lucky and pulled her with the tickets, and I think I'm good. I don't know if I'm going to go to pity, and that's sort of where I'm standing on this unit right now. Is that she's not wowing me to the point that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead and pity her to get her to LB1, because she's just not that exciting to me. But if you get her and you want to get her to pity, don't feel bad for doing so. Just don't expect to use her skill very often. Like I said, unless you're a whale and you're getting her to LB3 plus, and you're gonna spend resources to make sure you roll that SP reduction 20% skill on her. I don't think you're gonna be using her skill all that much. So that's really where I stand on the Queen of Hearts. She's a fine unit. She's not top tier, but if you get her, don't feel bad. She's really just going to be there. I think people are going to be using her more for her EX skill than for anything else. Kind of like the way we used Jafar, mostly for his EX skill in like a turtle team comp. So that's where I stand on her. They also have a free daily. You don't see it here because I've already pulled on it, but don't forget to do your free daily pull. They have that out there as well. A couple of other additions before I get to the battle challenge. I will get to the battle challenge and talk about that and do a clear for you guys. But before I get to that, I want to talk about some of the other additions. So most importantly to me, they have added the bonus picks 1-4. So this is the new bonus pick stage that they've added. That gives a lot more picks per pull. They did say you have to beat very hard stage 111. So if you go to story chapter 1, you have to beat very hard stage 111 here. You have to beat this stage in order to actually open up the bonus pick stage. I don't know why you have to do very hard stage 1-11 to get it, but that's what they're doing. And yeah, it's just a regular normal mobs. It's not like a boss stage or anything, but yeah, for whatever reason, you got to beat this stage to open up the pick stage. There is also a new mission that requires you to go back and clear stage 1-1. I'll real quick just show you the in the job center. It's the limited time super upgrade. Yep. So the clear battle stage 1-1 one time to get 100 pixel bond and 1,000 limit breakstone fragments. That's enough to craft one limit breakstone. There's also a bunch of new missions here to get some pretty nice rewards, like clearing certain numbers of quests where you'll get tickets. You'll also get these limited time stamina potions. Make sure you recognize that these are limited time and they will expire on the 3rd of September, at least for me. And so my recommendation is to use these on either the battle challenge, the current battle challenge event, or use them on the bonus pick stage. You can use them next week. Next week they're doing the triple picks. I think it's triple picks next week and then triple picks the week after. I can't remember, but I'm very excited for the triple picks week, which I believe is next week, and I'm going to be using some of these on that. I have used quite a few on the battle challenge mini event already, but you can see they're also giving you a lot of picks. And most importantly, this is the one I'm most excited about, getting 150 of these super upgrade pixels by getting Queen of Hearts to level 91. Now, if you do get the Queen of Hearts and you go ahead and you get her to 5-star and you go ahead and crank her up to level 90, you do get these rewards, which is enough to go ahead and get her to 6 stars. So I'm actually going to do that right now. So I have my LB0 Queen of Hearts. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now because I'm very excited about those 150 super pixels. I'm going to go ahead and get her to level 10 or rarity 6, and I'm going to go ahead and level her up. Oh, I need to get 6 of these bad boys. So I'm going to craft 5 more, so I have my 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to claim that award. Where'd she go? There you are. All right, let's go ahead and level you up. Boom, mission complete. All right, now I'm going to go grab those 150 super pixels because I want my Simba. I'm not going to use any of them on her. All right, I'm only going to use them on my Simba and my yeah, let's go ahead and get this boy up to 100. Let's go ahead and do 101. Why not 102? Yeah, I want him over at 2,000. There you go. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and use them all on Simba. Why not? So now he's over 2,000 attacks. Sweet. All right. So yeah, I don't really care about using them on Queen of Hearts. Yeah, she's not that important to me. I want to save them on my real damage dealers. But yeah, I was most excited about that. So if you do get Queen of Hearts, make sure you go ahead and use those resources to get her a 6-star, and then just get her to level 91, and you get all those super pixels. Very, very cool. I loved seeing that. All right. I will just really quickly run the bonus picks stage for you. I'm going to use my normal farming team just to show you it's not very difficult to do. You know, I basically just throw in. I'm using Milan currently, and she's only like LB1, I think. And I just set it on auto, so I'm going to go ahead and do that auto. And yeah, just auto clear this one, and we'll see how many picks we get. I've only run it one other time, and I got 275 picks for it. I'm not sure if there's like a standard amount, or I'm assuming it goes back and forth, like kind of like the old. I'm assuming there's a range, and you just kind of get somewhere in the range there. We'll see how much I get this time. Last time I got 275. 275 again, so it might be fixed. It's possible it's a fixed amount of picks. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure in that one. Because I've only run it twice, but both times I got 275 picks. Now, when we get the triple picks next week, or it might be the week after, I can't remember. During the triple picks event, I'm going to be running this like crazy, because that'll give us what will that give us? 825. 825 picks per run. I'm going to be running this like crazy, just trying to, you know, get as much picks as possible, so that I can craft more super pixels. I'm hoping I can get all my best DPS units to level 110 within the next couple of weeks here. All right, so that's pretty much all the new stuff that I wanted to talk about before getting to the BC mini event. So let's go ahead and hop in here. So pretty much the same as the last event. So from level 1 through 13, it's just a standard mob. There's nothing too exciting about it. Like I'll show you number 13. Oh, that's not even the right team. Let me back out of this real quick. Oh, come on, back out of it. Yeah, that's the wrong team because it doesn't have any bonus on it. So level 13 is just a standard mob. So this is my event farming team that I've been using, just to farm stuff. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just a simple mob. You can just auto it all you want. You can bring in an AO. You know, obviously the boss is a single target. These are all single target damage dealers. So you can bring in AOE, but these guys are pretty simple. Nothing too crazy going on there. All right, and then the boss is also fairly simple. Some things to note about the boss: you can break its attack. So if you notice that it's hitting your units pretty hard, it is susceptible to attack breaks. So that can reduce the incoming damage. My units are simply overkill, and we just kill him very, very quickly. But obviously bring as many bonus units as you want. I'm bringing Queen of Hearts and my LB1 Maleficent to get me almost 200% bonus. Maleficent and Ursula obviously have reduced bonus amounts, but it's better than nothing. So if all you have is Maleficent and Ursula, obviously bring them, and then you just basically just hit this boss as hard as you can. He doesn't do anything too crazy. He does some SP drain on you, and he just does some single target. He does some pretty heavy single target hits, which is why you might want to consider bringing an attack breaker on the party just to reduce that incoming damage. But yeah, I'll just show you how I run this one. So I've got Simba for the crit buffs, Doofy for the attack boost, Moana for the attack power, and also for the Rage Striker. So there, yeah, he does the drain. So you see he's doing mostly single target stuff, and he does that one AoE hit on turn 1. But yeah, he's not particularly difficult here to just run on auto. Obviously, if you have an orange striker, you know, that's even better. Like if you do have Queen of Hearts, and you can somehow proc her EX skill in an auto battle scenario. But you know, you can also just manually farm it. So that's another option. It is your best farming option to do level 15 if you can, because it gives you the highest bang for your buck, and it is definitely worth it to try and farm level 15 if you can. If you can't though, I mean, obviously just do the best stage that you can. All right. Yeah, so there are some ooh, I got another ticket. I might do another pull. I always recommend, as soon as you get a ticket, go in and pull. All right, that's how I've done it. Every time I get a ticket, I just go in and pull, because you never know when it's going to be the one that gets you your, you know, a bonus unit, right? So yeah, I'll always do that. I've already cleaned out the shop. Like I said, I've already bought all the tickets out of the shop. So there's 10 in the shop, 10 in the mission rewards, and 10 from login rewards. So that gives you 30 tickets, which means you can pity this unit for only 6,000 crystals or less if you're doing daily 100 pulls. I am doing daily 100 pulls with my red crystals on her, just to see if I get lucky with those as well. But yeah, I haven't committed to doing a pity on her yet. We'll just kind of see. I'm awaiting some more information from folks in the Discord who do have her, and you know, see if there's a good reason to actually go to pity. I think if I happen to get lucky and pull another free copy, at that point I think I would definitely go to pity just to get her to LB2. I think at that point it's worth it. I think if I spend all my free tickets and I do all my daily 100s and I don't get another copy of her, then I probably wouldn't, because I don't think it's really worth it to spend a whole lot just to get her to LB1, because she's not really, in my opinion, she's not gaining much getting to LB1, but she does gain a lot at LB2. At that point it might be worth it. Yeah, we'll just see. Anyways, as far as the shop goes, it shouldn't be too hard to clean out the shop, I don't think. Obviously the priorities are tickets, seeds, attack cubes, stamina potions, orbs, right? Just the things that you need. If you don't have Cinderella or Magician Mini, definitely pick them up. They are great free units to have. And obviously if you don't have them to LB Max, definitely get their medals so that you can get them closer to LB Max. It's a free LB Max unit. You definitely can't say no to that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else really exciting going on here. So yeah, just get in, you know, try and crank out that battle challenge. Good luck to you guys with your free pulls on Queen of Hearts. If you do get her, have fun. Best of luck in the Pocket Adventure too, guys. And yeah, I will see you on the other side.